Record on this computer. Okay, aloha. Now we're recording. We're live. I'm gonna use the same data sets that we actually use this morning. So doing P chart is actually about proportion. Example of situation where organizations they use P chart is that they collected sample size that's not the same in each day. For example, on day 1, we observe 100 105 samples, and then out of that 105 we found 10 defects. The second day, let's say you observe 200, and then you only observe 13, and the third day you observe, let's say, 112, and then day 4 you observe let's say 106 sample size, and then you observe, you only try to inspect 115 products on that day on day 6. Let's say we observe 108, and then 100 on day 8, day 7. Day 8 will be like 197, 98, sorry, and then the day 9 you said you observe 175, and then day 10, the last day of inspecting quality, is that we try to observe 150. Okay, so this is gonna be the total sample size on that day. You did. There you go. So we'll be able to put this in. Let me save this. Save this. And then once I download it, okay, I'll say publish now. Again, I'm using a cloud-based Tableau, and then publish. Okay, now if I'm gonna go to data source, I'm gonna go back to data source. Should show me one additional column, which is our total sample size per day. Okay, and then the way we do it, I think we actually need to compute for the proportion itself first. So when we do a proportion, we do a calculated field first, and this is gonna be our proportions. And then what we're gonna do is we gotta get number of defects. We divide it to total sample size. And then, okay. Now it gives me an idea. This is my proportion right here. Now we're just gonna do the same thing what we did in C chart, which is we're gonna put the column on at the day on the column side, and then next is, instead of number of defects, we're gonna refer to the proportion as to the rows. And it should show like this. And then again, we go back to analytics and then put the average one here, but we're referring to the proportion. Yeah. And it should be able to give me the not the C chart, but the P chart. Then we're gonna format it. Same thing that we got edited, same thing that we did in C chart, custom. But instead of C bar, we're gonna put the P bar. And then equals, and then we're gonna put the value. Right. Again, this is the average. There you go. And we should have that. And now that we have it, we're gonna put the parameters again for the different standard deviation. So we're gonna put number of standard deviation, number of standard deviation. Then change that to integer, current value, range again, minimum 1, maximum 3. Step 1, step size will be 1. Okay, there you go. And then we'll be able to compute for our upper control limit, not parameter. Is that we're gonna create a calculated field, and we call this the upper control limit. And again, it's pretty much the same with C chart, but we're gonna use the average. Okay, window average of the sum of proportion, because it's upper control limit. We add the window standard deviation to the sum of proportion, and we multiply it to the parameter. Oh, we're not even showing it. We should show the standard, the parameter in a bit. Okay. Should show this. So it will show on our right-hand side. Okay, now that we have the upper control limit, we're just gonna duplicate this and then edit. Again, instead of adding, we're gonna minus the standard deviation to the p-bar. And this is your lower control limit. Okay. Now I'm gonna select my lower control limit and the upper control limit, put it in detail, under detail. There you go. And then I should go to analytics this time and then put the reference band. And then we're gonna put it in the sum of proportion, and it's under table. And again, our instead of sum proportion, we're gonna use the, for minimum, it's the lower control limit. And then change the label to custom. And this is gonna be your lower control limit. And then we're gonna put the value. Yeah. And then doesn't look like it's the same. Yeah, I'm gonna go check. Something's going on with our, oh yeah, we just changed it to lower control limit because this one is just showing the sum. And then we change this to upper control limit. Yeah, maximum computation, and that label will be custom. So upper control limit equals values. There you go. There you go. And then we should be able to format this. I want the line to look like more of a, like this kind of line. Okay, good. And the fill, I want the opacity to be less. There you go. Now we just made a P chart. And then this is how you change the title of the worksheet. Yeah. So you put maybe, let's say this is the Statistical Process Control P chart. And then apply. And then here. So now with the parameters, if it's 2 standard deviation, only 1 day that is out of control. And then day 3, I mean standard deviation number 3, then there shouldn't be any out of control in terms of proportion with the collected data sets. Okay, and then we're gonna do the same thing what we did earlier with the C chart. We're gonna put additional calculated field with if. This is to identify the out of control. So we use if condition. If the proportion, this is actually greater than the upper control limit, or the sum proportion is less than the lower control limit, then sum proportion. Oops, make sure you actually put a space before you click, drag, and drop. And then if then end. Okay, so it's valid. Okay, and then we're gonna click the out of control and drag it, drop 2 rows. Oh, it automatically, no, it didn't. So go to out of control, make sure this is a circle. Yeah. And then the sum proportion will be line. There you go. And then right click this and the dual axis, it will put them together and then you synchronize the axis. There you go. Out of control is blue, but C chart we are actually the opposite way around. So by looking at this, I'll be able to say, hey, day 4 in terms of proportion, we have an out of control in our process, or the quality control we have is we didn't monitor it well, how we manage the product manufacturing process. Day 4 and day 7. Compared to C bar chart, we actually have 3 days, yeah, with only one number of standard deviation. But if we said 2, there's still one that is out of control, which is day 4. But in C chart, there's nothing. Everything is actually under control, except for proportion. Yeah. Okay. So this ends the video recording for doing a P chart, proportion chart. Yeah.